Christmas Eve always smelled like cinnamon, roasted ham, and false promises. But this year, everything changed the moment I heard my father announce that my condo was being gifted to my younger sister's family as if it belonged to him instead of me. My name is Claire Bennett. I'm 34, an accountant, and for years I had been the dependable daughter, the one who quietly paid my parents' medical bills, covered surprise expenses, rescued my sister Emily whenever she overspent, and never expected anything back. I worked 2 jobs through college, saved every bonus. One. My mother beamed across the table as if they had just given away one of their own properties. Nobody had asked me, nobody had even warned me. They had simply decided my home belonged to the family. I looked around the room and realized I was waiting for me to object so they could paint me as the selfish, single woman who cared more about property than children. Instead, I smiled, I clapped, and quietly said what a wonderful Christmas. While inside, I made a decision that would change all of our lives. On the drive home, I stopped feeling angry and started thinking logically. They didn't accidentally cross a boundary. They truly mission. My father accused me of caring more about money than family. My mother gently said I was single and could always buy another place someday because Emily needed it more. Their words hurt more than yelling because they truly believed they were being reasonable. I left knowing I would never convince people who couldn't even see the line they had crossed. That same evening, Ryan arrived at my condo carrying a tape measure and proudly told me he wanted to measure the kids' bedrooms before moving day. He actually believed my father had the authority to give away my property. When I refused to let him inside, he said the family had voted and I had been outnumbered. On my own home, I simply smiled, closed the door, and made the phone call I should have made months earlier. 8 months before a local real estate investor named Daniel Harris had offered to buy my grown adults who believed my future belonged to them, I accepted the transfer, signed the paperwork, and prepared for the fastest sale of my life. Every day my family kept texting, asking about moving dates, furniture, and keys. My mother even sent pictures of curtains she'd already bought for the kids' bedrooms, while my father bragged to relatives and neighbors about his generous gift. None of them knew that the title company had already confirmed the sale paperwork, and my closing date was December 30th. While they planned a celebration, I quietly packed my boxes, signed every legal document, and watched the money transfer into my account. 40 minutes at the closing table officially ended 10 years of memories, but this time, I chose how. The story ended before leaving my Instead, I calmly stood, opened a thin folder, and placed two papers on the table. The first showed my deed with only my name highlighted. The second was the official closing statement dated December 30th. I looked directly at my father and quietly said, "You can't give away something that never belonged to you?" Then I added, "I sold the condo 2 days ago." The room froze. My father's face lost all color. Emily stopped crying. Ryan slowly lowered the useless brass key into his lap. My mother covered her mouth in shock. Nobody spoke for several seconds until Ryan exploded, accusing me of ruining his family. Emily screamed that I had broken her children's hearts. My father loved them, but I would never again be the family's emergency fund. I accepted a promotion in Charlotte, sold my condo on my own terms, and was leaving within the week. Then I placed the spare key to my parents, housed beside the fake brass key, thanked my mother for dinner, and walked out without looking back. The next morning, I drove toward my new life with dozens of missed calls filling my phone. But for the first time in years, nobody else's crisis belonged to me anymore, because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't destroying the people who underestimated you, it's finally refusing to let them own the life you worked so hard to build.